the Dodgers will be without one of their pitchers for a very long time. Hey, this is Mike Nelson of Dodgers Digest. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. 5% you have already subscribed. I want to thank those that have already subscribed, but 94% you have not yet subscribed. We got to make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any big Dodger news. Let's get right into it. River Ryan is going to be out with a Tommy John surgery until 2026. The news was confirmed by the Dodgers yesterday. UCL sprain. It's the worst possible news we could have got as Dodger fans, especially the way River Ryan was pitching with an ERA under 2. He was pitching great. He was on his way to potentially getting a spot on the team, on the postseason roster. When the Dodgers first called up River Ryan, he was just an emergency call-up. But he proved in his 4 games that he is definitely a major league pitcher. And now we got some devastating news with him, going down with this UCL sprain. And, Tommy John surgeries are very serious, as we know. It's something that, pitchers go through now in the modern game. A lot of them are getting these surgeries. And especially at a young age. You think River Ryan, he only had 4 Major League Baseball games, and he basically threw his arm out already. I mean, it's pretty serious stuff if you think about it for the Dodgers. River Ryan, going down and now having to need a Tommy John surgery. He's going to miss the rest of the season, of course, and most likely the entire 2025 season. And hopefully he's back, in time for the 2026 season. I think that's what everybody's hoping for, right? You don't want him to, also miss some of 26. River Ryan was originally a shortstop coming up through the Pajes system. He was a two-way player, and the Dodgers made him a full-time pitcher, basically because they realized this guy is a really great pitcher, and he could be someday an ace for us in the big leagues. So that's kind of why the Dodgers decided to do that. But now, their prize prospect is out. It's just terrible news for sure for the Dodgers and for River. You got to feel for River, who's got, he was excited to be back. He was excited to be, part of the team, excited to get a shot at, playing, baseball. Because you got to remember, he was hurt at the beginning of the year. That's why I said he excited to be back. He was hurt at the beginning of the season with a shoulder issue. And then, of course, that kind of halted his, rise to the major leagues. But that was quickly, he got through that injury, and he got called up, and he was great right away. Had a great game against the Houston Astros. And then, unfortunately, went down last Saturday against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that's the last time we're going to see River, in a Dodger jersey for a long time. And this just adds to the Dodgers' list of pitching injuries. I mean, this has been now just the Dodgers have had so much bad luck when it comes to their pitching. I mean, Clayton Kershaw was hurt. Tony Gonsolin had Tommy John last summer, so he's out. Missed the end of the 23 season, was not part of that 2023 playoff team that got swept by the D-backs. He was heavily missed last year in the playoffs, Tony Gonsolin, and that's due to the Tommy John surgery. So he's going to be out this year. Hopefully Gonsolin comes back next year because the Dodgers really need that help in the bullpen. He's severely missed. Emmett Sheehan had Tommy John. Dustin May, esophageal surgery, not pitching related. And then Yamamoto getting injured as well. Walker Buehler has been out for a long time. He was out for a while, missed the whole 2023 season. Came back this year. Hasn't been the same, to say the least. We're going to talk about that coming up. But just so many injuries for the Dodgers and their pitching rotation. And, Tommy River Ryan mentioned that, this may have to do with the pitch clock. I mean, he feels like the pitch clock definitely has strained his arm a bit. There's going to be some investigation into that, I'm sure, by Major League Baseball with all the pitching injuries that are happening right now. And if the pitch clock has anything to do with that, with guys not having enough recovery time in between pitches. So just unfortunate news, to say the least. And, we wish nothing but the best for River Ryan. Hopefully he has a quick and speedy recovery. Hopefully he can recover and be back and be the same great pitcher that he was before he went down with this injury. 'Cause that's what everybody hopes for. You hope that River Ryan can come back and still be dominant, right? Because there's always that worry that River Ryan could come back and then he's not the same. He's got to go to the bullpen, or maybe have to play shortstop again. I don't think he'll go back to shortstop. I think he's going to stay as a pitcher. But the question is, can he still be a starter when he comes back? That's going to be the issue. If he could still throw at the same level he was throwing at prior to the injury, I think that's what the concern will be for everybody on the Dodgers and himself as well. How will he look coming back from this UCL sprain injury? In other news, the Dodgers will be taking on the Brewers tonight, and Walker Buehler will make his return to the Dodgers after a time where he was injured. Now he's back. He had his rehab in the minor leagues. 1-4 before he got hurt. 5.84 ERA. They'll be taking on Frankie Montas, who has not had a good season either. But definitely interested to see what Walker Buehler could do tonight in Milwaukee. As we know, the Dodgers won the first 2 games in this series to take a 3-game lead on the Brewers. For that, now it's no longer the second spot because the Dodgers are number 1 now, a game and a half ahead of the Phillies. So the Dodgers are 1, Phillies are 2. So Dodgers now have a game and a half lead on the Phillies, a 3-game lead on the Brewers, a 3.5-game lead on the Padres and the D-backs. So they got to keep it going. They got to keep winning tonight. Got to get another W. Tomorrow is an early start, by the way, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. for us in California, 1 p.m. in Milwaukee tomorrow for that series finale, 4-game set, 4-game series finale of that 4-game set. Hopefully the Dodgers will be going for the sweep tomorrow. But tonight you got to play one more. You got to play the 3rd game first. So let's get through this 3rd game. Hopefully Walker Buehler has a good start. Hopefully he gets in there and he feels comfortable. And the Dodgers can give him some runs, right? That's what you need. You need some run support. And the Dodgers are gonna be hitting against Frankie Montas, right? Who's not Sandy Koufax out there. So I think the Dodgers could definitely get 3-4 runs off of Montas and then add on some more once that Brewers bullpen comes in. And as you saw in the first 2 ball games, what's the key to the Dodgers winning on the road? Take the lead early. That's what's important. Freddie Freeman came through on Monday and yesterday, not Freddie Freeman. Yesterday was a Will Smith coming through with that home run early, giving the Dodgers the lead early. That's what it comes down to, taking the lead early. And that's what will help the Dodgers, have more confidence as they move along, and hopefully can win tonight and, win the series. They win tonight, they win the series. I believe they've already clinched that, or close to clinching the head-to-head. Just the head-to-head record, of course, the overall season record between the Brewers and the Dodgers, which could potentially decide things if they are tied at the end of the season. So that's why these are important games. So go Dodgers, and make sure to subscribe to Dodgers Digest for more Dodger news.